Back in high school, I remember a guy on my badminton team would just suddenly ask me to start hanging out, going to the nearby stores and shops, talking nearly every day about stuff. To this day, he's one of my closest friends that would do anything for me and vice versa. I asked him one day, why did he start talking to me that day? He said he saw me with a video game shirt. I think it was a Marvel vs. Capcom shirt I got from Comic Con one time with Mega Man on the front. He saw something that had a clear interest in games with some characters he liked, because he really likes the Mega Man series. Goes to show that you can just strike up a conversation with somebody and somehow form a lifelong friendship. High Score Girl is a show we both really like. The way it shows the history of the arcade and gaming in the 90s, and the way it shows how games can act as a simple bridge to form bonds between even the unlikeliest of people. Haruo Yaguchi is the main protagonist of the show. Throughout the show, we see two different experiences that Haruo has. His bonding of shared interests with Akira Ono, and how his infectious love of games affected Koharu Hidaka. There will be slight spoilers, but I'll try not to say too much, just the points I want to make.
No way! It's that girl from year 6 class 2! My class! Akira Ono! Zangief?
Meet Akira Ono. She's a prim and proper young lady that comes from a rich family. And as we learned from a recent anime, young ladies don't play fighting games, right? One day while playing Street Fighter 2, Haruo finds out that Ono is playing at the arcades. To his surprise, despite her quiet demeanor and rich and proper upbringing, she is amazingly good at Street Fighter 2. After a rough initial meeting with him pissing her off with a turtling gal and doing a bunch of tick throws, the two started bonding together at any place that even has an arcade machine. Like the time when the two played Final Fight at a local candy store. Ono lives in a strict household and is unable to have any kind of fun at her house, just filled with lesson after lesson after lesson. So she finds joy and stress release playing video games. While Haruo tries to act tough and say she's more of a thorn to his side, and that she's invading his sacred grounds at the arcade, him and Ono come to enjoy each other's company dearly as rivals in Street Fighter and friends in Final Fight and other games, with each feeling like they finally found somebody to talk to and play video games with. Slight spoiler here as it is in episode 3 of the first season, but it was heartbreaking to see the scene in that episode where Ono has to move away to America for 2 years. Ono was somebody that was always secluded due to her family. When she finally found somebody to enjoy gaming with, she had to say goodbye already within such a short time. This was the 90s. There wasn't any easy way to keep contact and keep playing across countries. It was like seeing your online friend you used to play with all the time. Just gone. Their last login date was like 2 years ago or something.
Hey!
Huh?
Over here, Hidaka!
Yaguchi?
Koharu Hidaka is somebody that considers herself a plain girl. She goes to school, go home, study. She sees Haruo in her class as somewhat of a delinquent that seems to want to play games more than studying. One day, to escape the stormy winds of the snow, she runs into Haruo at a local candy store that happens to have some arcade machines, and Haruo invites her to play some Street Fighter to wait out the snowstorm. Though hesitant at first, she eventually adapts quickly to the fighting game. Her parents add some arcade machines to their store at home, which naturally attracts Haruo to her store more. Haruo's love of games becomes infectious to her as he becomes that guy that can't stop yapping about his hyperfixation. Hidaka is a bit lost on a lot of the games he's talking about, but she comes to enjoy his company as she falls for him and his ramblings. In an attempt to get closer to him, she hangs out with him more in the arcades and tries to learn more about games to play with him. It's shown that she has a particular affinity to fighting games. She's able to do full SPD motions using Zangief with no problems, and does a fatality in Mortal Kombat without even realizing it. While initially learning to get closer to Haru by learning games and to understand him better, she becomes a full-on gamer herself. She starts destroying people on the Darkstalkers cabinets as she starts playing like she's preparing for the next big evil tournament. Seeing a person fully enjoying something can make you really want to join in on it just to see what all the hype is about. I have a friend who just loves rambling about his own interests like Haru. I do my best to try to take an interest in those and ask questions when I can. His joy for those subjects really do become contagious as I start looking up and researching about whatever he is talking about and just try to learn more. High Score Girl is a love letter to the arcades and video games and the way they can bring people together. My favorite part is how you follow them throughout childhood up until their time in high school. Also that the anime actually ends and is fully complete. I also love how the show goes over the history of the arcade and video games in the 90s as we watch them play and react to the newest game and hardware releases. It just reminds me of my own time growing up with so much excitement to the news releases and reading Game Informer magazines for the latest gaming rumors and leaks. Haru acts like a walking encyclopedia to the game shown on screen. He would give small fun little history tidbits about the machines they're playing on or even talk about tips and exploits that were done on those games. I really enjoy how much you can tell the author grew up on arcades and video games, and how through the shared joy of video games that you can easily bond with somebody. Haru went from somebody who saw the arcades as his solo sacred grounds, but slowly he realizes that when you find somebody you enjoy being around and playing with, it's just a much different experience. I highly recommend High Score Girl. Other than being a show that acts as a time capsule of 90s gaming, it's also a very cute and enjoyable slice of life rom-com that really utilizes the game they're playing as a conversation with another person. I don't know if I added anything substantial to the conversation of the show or anything. This is my first video and I hope to make more where I'm really just talking about anime or games that I really like. Because all this really is, I just want to talk about stuff I like and why, and hope other people will like it and give them a try too. At the time of writing this, I found out that there's a sequel manga on Hidaka as an adult, so I definitely need to read that. I'm also trying to stream games, so I hope that I can meet and make some friends with you guys through gaming, just like High Score Girl. It's usually going to be fighting games or some games that I've been wanting to replay or games that I need to play. Other than that, thank you for watching this video and I'll see you next time.
Games really are amazing. You don't just play them, they're able to create connections between people as well. I'm counting on you, ladies man.
カウントで止まるはずだった時間が今でもさ